Hello, this is Sinister Gambino here with a new video. In this video I'm going to be talking about the Red Dead Redemption 2 PC version that has been announced today. So of course its release date, at least for the Rockstar Games launcher, is November 5th, 2019. And in the last two clips of this video I will be talking about the details of the newswire and not just the title of the newswire, of course. So, let's start off with the first paragraph of the newswire. I only found a couple things interesting with it. Is that there's special bonuses available to players who pre-purchase through the Rockstar Games launcher. And pre-purchases, at least for the Rockstar Games launcher, starts on October 9th. So that's in 5 days since the announcement of this newswire and the game coming to PC. I'm pretty positive on that. And I believe for the Rockstar Games launcher there's a few different pre-purchase bonuses, whereas like the other versions on like the Epic Games Store and like GameStop and stuff like that, there's only one pre-purchase bonus, which I believe is like 25 gold bars or something like that, for those who are curious. And for those who want to know like the earliest time that you can pre-purchase and stuff like that, there's a time that goes into later on in the newswire, but that's the date so far for the Rockstar Games launcher. And then for those who didn't know, when they announced the Rockstar Games launcher a while back or whatever, there's a free copy of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas that you can get through the Rockstar Game launcher, for those who do not have a copy of it already. Though if you do have other copies of San Andreas on the PC, you can still benefit from the free copy. You can still get an extra copy if you need to or whatever. That's definitely nice there. A couple things about it though is that it's kind of like the 10th anniversary version of San Andreas, where it doesn't have as much songs as the original version, which I believe the original version had like Tupac Shakur music or whatever. Tupac music basically. And because they only get licenses for a certain number of years, they had to end up like cutting a song out of the game. I don't know if they had to, but they do that. At least Rockstar does. And then the second thing I really want to mention about that copy of San Andreas is I believe in order to mod it, you have to downgrade the game to like a version 1.0. I believe it's the same method used to be able to mod the Steam version of the game. So there's this thing called San Andreas Downgrader. Fathom M has a useful video on modding it, by the way. And by the way, I figured I would mention it since it's probably going to be a pretty short video, I would think, of course. But anyways, moving on to the second paragraph. Once again, they state that you can download by Tuesday, October 8th, to get Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for free. So they finally announced the end date for it, if I have not mentioned it already. And then the third paragraph just says to read on for details, so I'll be going on to the fourth paragraph under enhancements and new story mode content. And then, of course, they start by stating that this is the first game in the Red Dead Redemption series to be featured on the PC platform. I know they said Red Dead Redemption, but there's a game called Red Dead Revolver as well in the series. So between the three like major games, of course, in the series, of course, this is the first one that's going to be on PC. I find it unfortunate they never released Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Revolver on PC. So on November 5th, 2019, the Red Dead series is finally going to break its console exclusivity, so that's kind of pretty exciting for those on PC. And I'm definitely very happy for those on PC who will actually be able to play this game. I definitely feel like they should have put Red Dead Redemption on PC. I don't know if there was a particular reason for why they haven't. I think I heard it's because like the game is like a buggy mess or something. I know for a fact Undead Nightmare is a broken game. I'm not sure about like Red Dead Redemption. because the latest like update on Undead Nightmare made it like virtually unplayable. Because I played it like a little before Red Dead Redemption 2 came out. There were so many game-breaking glitches on that, so I might have to do for at least Red Dead Redemption for why that never made it to PC. Though I know you can also play Red Dead Redemption for PS Now, I think, through PC. So I think there's also the ability to play PlayStation Now through PC. So that's kind of a way you were able to play the Red Dead series back then, was PS Now. However, this is the first like actual big experience of the Red Dead series that will be making its way to PC. So yeah, it's definitely nice that it's no longer a console exclusive series once Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out. Good job, Rockstar. And I hope you release Red Dead Revolver and Red Dead Redemption eventually for PC. That would definitely be pretty cool. I would at least be able to purchase Red Dead Revolver though, since I don't unfortunately have a really capable PC. In fact, mine's a laptop. I don't think I'll be able to get Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't even know if my laptop can run GTA 5. It's just like a normal, like, laptop or something. But I can play San Andreas, so unfortunately I won't be able to benefit on the PC version, but once again, I'm happy for you PC people. But anyways, enough rambling on with that little section there. The PC version features a range of graphical and technical enhancements for increased immersion and whatnot. Not entirely sure what Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC brought to the table in terms of like graphics and stuff. Well, I'm pretty sure, of course, that the games will be able to go into 60 frames per second, when I believe like before the game would be like 30 frames per second on PS4 and Xbox One. I would have to imagine it would also be 30 frames per second, though maybe even slightly more than that for PS4 Pro and Xbox One X. So of course frame rates are going to be a big improvement for the PC version. And then you could of course probably also go up to like 4K as well for Red Dead Redemption 2, of course, on the PC compared to consoles. By the way, if they do release a 4K like trailer for the game, of course, Red Dead Redemption 2, I believe when they released the 4K trailer for Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC, I believe you shouldn't upload it to YouTube, because I believe there was something with Grand Theft Auto 5 with the trailer where they asked people to like take it down and stuff. So for those like uploading all the Red Dead trailers, do keep that in mind. Just a little something I thought to mention there. Which none of those channels are probably going to be watching my video on this, of course, but I thought to mention it just in case there's a smaller YouTuber who does that kind of stuff. But yeah, in addition to the like graphical enhancements and stuff like that, there's actually going to be new content for the story mode, similar to how there was a new story mode content for PS4, Xbox One, and PC of Grand Theft Auto 5. That's definitely nice. They're going to be giving story mode some more love. Though if it's anything like Grand Theft Auto 5, this could probably be the only story mode content that ever gets added to the game, like ever again or whatever. But yeah, there's going to be new bounty hunting missions, gang hideouts, weapons, and more. So that's definitely going to mean at least 2 bounty hunting missions, at least 2 gang hideouts, and then weapons. Now for the gang hideouts, I would kind of think that the gang hideouts, the new ones, would be like locations from like Red Dead Redemption, because I believe there was like a pre-order bonus with the PS4 and Xbox One versions that added a Twin Rock gang hideout for story mode, and that was a big like gang hideout in Red Dead Redemption. So wherever some of the Red Dead Redemption gang hideouts take place can be very likely candidates for, of course, story mode content gang hideouts. And then onto weapons. I was going to look into what the weapons from Red Dead Redemption that have not made its way to Red Dead Redemption 2 yet. However, one big one I remember, because I didn't look into it, was the high power pistol. I would personally really like it if the high power pistol got released. By the way, I feel like they would be more likely to add a previous weapon from the series rather than like a completely new weapon, though who knows. I believe GTA 5, when it got new weapons for the current and next gen, it ended up bringing the hatchet and railgun. I think those were the two weapons. So who knows, they could be like completely like crazy weapons you wouldn't expect in a game. Though if it's going to be more like traditional weapons and weapons from like Red Dead Redemption, I would definitely hope for the high power pistol. That's one I've been wanting for a while. Though if it gets released in that way and if it's only for PC, I definitely don't hope for the high power pistol to be included for the P version if it's never going to make its way into console, that is. But yeah, after that, of course, do keep in mind, by the way, of course, that the content, the bounty hunting missions, gang hideouts, weapons, and more, those unfortunately might never make its way into PS4 and Xbox One, because that stuff never made its way into like PS3 and Xbox 360, the enhanced edition content for GTA 5. Though to be fair, those are older versions, and making this PC content for PS4 and Xbox One would be much easier than making PS4 Xbox One content available for last gen. But still, going off of Rockstar's track record with single player exclusive content, they don't release it on the previous versions. So unfortunately, I feel it's very likely they won't add these things to PS4 and Xbox One. But I feel like there's much more of a chance of that happening than there was for Grand Theft Auto 5. Of course, for last generation. But yeah, enough rambling on there. I'll move on to the next section, which mentions that if you pre-purchase for the PC version at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on October 9th, exclusively for the Rockstar Games launcher, so it's going to be a big incentive for going for the Rockstar Game Launcher through October 22nd, so about 2 weeks, with a limited time offering during the period of 2 free Rockstar Game PC titles. You'll be able to choose from 106 titles: Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas, which, keep in mind, San Andreas is free right now till Tuesday, October 8th, and it's been free since they announced the Rockstar Game Launcher. So all you have to do until like Tuesday the 8th is download the launcher and it will be eligible for a free copy. But if you miss the time, if you miss that time period, of course, October 9th will be the first like full day without the free copy of San Andreas. If you missed the opportunity to get the free copy, you can still get it for free through the pre-purchase of the Rockstar Games launcher. And there's also Bully Scholarship Edition, LA Noir, or LA Noir, or whatever, the complete edition. And then Max Payne Free, the complete edition. So I kind of honestly recommend the latter free, Bully Scholarship Edition, LA Noir, and then Max Payne Free, because I feel like a lot more people would have the older GTAs at this point, and especially if they have more like low-end like PC and laptops like myself, I feel. But yeah, of course it's all up to like personal preference and stuff. Though also there's 2 complete editions of a couple of games, of course, that otherwise would have DLC that you would have to purchase, I would imagine. So those 2 could be the biggest buys, like the 2 like best games to obtain for free. The LA Noir Complete Edition, Max Payne Free Complete Edition. I played LA Noir a little bit. I really liked that one, of course. And of course I like all the GTAs, and Bully is really fun as well. As for Max Payne Free, I can't really give an opinion on that, since I never got to play it, unfortunately. But yeah, I will be going on to the next clip finally. Finally, on to the last clip here. I'll be going on to the last like few paragraphs of the newswire, of course. So for the first one on this clip here, pretty much, not the one on top that I covered on the previous one, some of the newswire from before, is on the screenshot right now. The pre-purchases made on the Rockstar game launcher also include free upgrades to the premium editions, with both special and ultimate editions discounted by $20 each. Now I feel like some of the wording there is unfortunately contradicting. So I'm confused, honestly. Does that mean it makes the special edition and ultimate edition like free? Like you pay like the base price for whichever one you want, or is it actually a $20 discount for each? I'm leaning towards a $20 discount for each, honestly. Not entirely sure though. It said something about free upgrades in the paragraph, and then later on it mentions their discount by $20 each. Very confusing. So for example, the special edition I believe is $80. So $20 off of that would make it like a normal game price, basically, of $60. So I kind of guess that's what they meant by free upgrades to the premium editions, is the special edition would basically be free if that's normally $80, and it would basically be $60, which would be like the normal price of the normal edition. And then ultimate edition would probably then become $80 instead of $100. For those who might be confused on the wording there, that's what I gathered from that one paragraph. Once again, pretty confusing in my opinion, but going on to the next section. Further pre-purchase bonuses via the Rockstar Games launcher include, which, by the way, a bunch of this is some of the stuff from like the physical versions. In fact, I think all of this is for the most part from the physical versions. There's the Outlaw Survival Kit for story mode, which, if I recall, that's a like thing of like health items and stuff like that in your satchel that get added. I believe you have to get to the start of chapter 2, I believe, and then once you get to the start of chapter 2, there's going to be like a certain number of like health items or something like that that get added to your satchel. If I don't really have to play much of the game or like buying stuff through general stores. So it's just a nice way to have a little bit of help early on in the game if you get low on health and stuff like that. Then there's the Warhorse for story mode, which, by the way, it's not going to be named Warhorse in game. I was very confused. Like, I've always felt like the Warhorse was not added to my game, even though I pre-ordered the game. By the way, the Warhorse is some kind of like different like breed of horse. Like, it's going to be named after a breed of horse. It's not actually going to be named Warhorse in the Valentine stable. And yes, by the way, you get the Warhorse through the Valentine stable specifically, I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's a horse you can get from any stable in the story mode, for those who might have a hard time finding it. And then a treasure map for story mode, which I think is actually a like bonus, a digital bonus from the PS4, Xbox One versions. I believe you had to digitally pre-order through PlayStation Network, the PlayStation Store, or the like Microsoft Store or whatever, or Xbox Store or whatever. Xbox Game Store, I'm not sure on that. So that treasure map's actually a bonus from the digital versions of the game before. So that's not one I have, so I'm not familiar with the treasure map, as my pre-order was like a physical Ultimate Edition. And then a cash bonus for story mode. I'm not sure if they've ever actually done that for the consoles, so I don't entirely know how much money that would be, or if it would even be like of much help or anything like that. I believe for like GTA 5, when it got a cash bonus for like the PC or whatever, it was like 500,000 or 750,000. So it's probably not going to be very much to start off with story mode. Like, it's not going to be like very game changing, I would feel. Plus, if anything, shouldn't they give a cash bonus for the online? So I definitely think that's very underwhelming, unfortunately. And then there's 50 gold bars for Red Dead Online. And that's if you go through the Rockstar game launcher. I believe it halves the gold bars to 25 if you pre-purchase on other digital distributions. And then finally into the additional store information section. Red Dead Redemption 2 for PC will also be available to pre-order on Epic Game Store. Why the Epic Game Store? Not to mention they apparently are delaying the Steam release, which is pretty fucked up. And I think it's all Take-Two's fault on that one, for sure. Greenman Gaming, whatever the hell Greenman Gaming is. The Humble Store, I think that's like a place where you can get like a lot of like discounted games. They do these things called like Humble Bundles and stuff like that. So that's probably a digital distribution I can highly recommend for those who might not be familiar with digital distribution stores and might not want to go through the Rockstar Games launcher. Though do keep in mind you'll probably have to actually get the Rockstar game launcher when going through these other digital distribution stores anyways. I think that's how it works for other games. GameStop apparently, I don't know when exactly GameStop had a digital distribution store, but they apparently have one as well. And additional digital retailers starting October 23rd with a pre-order bonus of 25 gold bars, like I mentioned earlier, for Red Dead Online. And then the PC version will also be available to purchase on Steam this December. Come on, man, like really? Come on, Take-Two. I believe this is more of a Take-Two decision than an actual Rockstar decision. So if you're looking for a company to hate on, it's Take-Two, which is also involved with NBA like 2K and stuff like that, I think. So if you want someone to get mad at for Steam being delayed till December, definitely go to Take-Two for that. Like, don't they have like Borderlands? Aren't they involved with like Borderlands 3 and stuff like that as well? And I think they've done games like a year exclusive, for fuck's sakes. Like seriously, of all games you have to make Red Dead Redemption 2 a 1 month exclusive? Really? It might even be more than a month. It might not be December 5th it comes out. Keep in mind, but hopefully it's before the fucking holidays. Like if they do it past Christmas, that would be fucking dumb in my opinion. So please Take-Two. Only make it like exactly a month for like on the first day of December or something. Like why are we all throwing shade at Steam? I could go on and talk about the stuff that Epic Game Store is doing and Epic Games in general. Aren't they like involved with like Tencent, a fucking like Chinese company and stuff like that? Along with also fucking... Don't they also overwork their fucking staff as well? Yet they complain against Steam for fucking offering 8% less if a game reaches over 10 million in fucking sales. Seriously, Sonny Evans got so angry at me kind of when... Well, actually no. Sonny Evans got pissy a little. I don't know exactly how to word it. He didn't necessarily get mad, but of course he went to defend Epic Game Store or whatever. Like I was defending Steam and he made a reply to me, bro, like really. And his excuse is like, support developers by buying off their launcher and disc. Like, who the fuck are you to tell people how to purchase their fucking games on fucking digital distribution sites? Yeah, I was recommending certain ones, but I'm not telling people how to fucking buy them on this video. Like, come on, Sonny Evans. You still like your fucking content, but... Now I unfollowed on Twitter, but I'll still be subscribed, because I don't really care in terms of YouTube. And then, yeah, it's currently available on PS4 and Xbox One systems, and it will also be available this November as a launch title for Google Stadia. So apparently Google Stadia will have Red Dead Redemption 2 as a launch title. I don't know if it's also coming out November 5th, or if it's coming out earlier or later on November, in the month of November. But yeah, Google Stadia is getting Red Dead Redemption 2, so it will at least have one good game on this Google Stadia system or whatever. well, it's not an actual system. You basically just buy like a control and you can play on like your phone or laptop, PC, whatever. I don't even know. I don't know how it works, if it like streams it to your device or if your device actually has to have the like specifications on it as well, like you would if you actually download a game through the PC like normally. And then check back on October 9th for the first screenshots, system specifications, and additional details. So I would assume like around the time that the game will be available for pre-purchase on the Rockstar Newswire at the same time, though. On the Rockstar Games launcher, I meant. They'll probably have it on the Rockstar Newswire, of course. So that would definitely be pretty nice that they'll have a Rockstar Newswire announcement as well around the same time they start pre-purchasing. Feel like that's pretty much the perfect time to release more screenshots and stuff like that. And also I just want to mention a couple like disappointing things. One, where's any sort of mention on the like editor. A lot of people want the Rockstar editor, and I would even want to include director mode on that as well. I'd like to finally get the opportunity to play as like Dutch Vanderland and characters like that through the director mode of the game if there is one. That would be cool. Like, you can literally play as a ton of characters on the director mode for Grand Theft Auto 5. That would definitely be very nice to have that return as well for the PC version of Red Dead Redemption 2 and eventually the consoles, because if they do the editor and director mode, it's eventually going to come to consoles, I would have to imagine. Just like, of course, the story mode for GTA 5 and whatnot on those consoles. Might take a few months, but still it's better than not having this stuff. So, that's one complaint there. And then also, are we going to be able to transfer characters over? It would suck to have to start over on Red Dead Online on the PC. It'd definitely be nice to have the option, of course, be able to transfer the character from console to PC. And I believe it would have that same character for console and PC, but once you transfer over to PC, the progress you make from the PS4 and Xbox One version will no longer apply to PC since you would have already transferred it, of course. So I'm pretty worried if people will be able to transfer it, those who will be able to play on the PC, since unfortunately I don't think my laptop's capable enough at all to play the game on minimum specs, I'm guessing even. But if I were to take a guess, maybe initially there will be the ability to transfer characters. Though if like a lot of modders like abuse the character transfer feature, then they might eventually take away a character transfer. Because Grand Theft Auto 5 used to have the ability to character transfer, but I believe they took it away. Apparently, people were speculating that modders apparently caused it to get taken away. Because modded money would of course get transferred to the next gen and PC versions from like last generation. So yeah, unfortunately, because the modders, they might not do character transfer for this game like they did in Grand Theft Auto Online. But yeah, honestly, I'm really excited that they, of course, finally decided to release a game in the Red Dead series at all for PC. I'm definitely very happy for those who might only play on PC, who have always wanted to play a Red Dead title. Now it will finally be your chance. Hopefully they'll release a Red Dead Redemption, especially in. Also, I would not mind Red Dead Revolver at all being added to PC. But anyways, this video has gone on long enough. Really sorry about that, but I tend to ramble on and stuff because I don't run off of scripts and stuff like that. That's finally going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed.